With talent abounding everywhere, new potential contracts, a potential increase in fan base, and new streaming deals, 2025 is set to be a huge deal in the world of professional wrestling. With that said, here are just a few things I would like to see in wrestling in the year 2025. Now, there are some things that won't be on this list because I think they're too obvious or will absolutely happen. I'm not including Jordy and Grace going to WWE because I totally think that's going to happen. I didn't include CM Punk winning a world title because I totally think that's going to happen. So, this is a list of things that may or may not happen, but I would really like to see them. Willow Nightingale win the AEW Women's Championship. This one's real simple. She's too good. She's not used nearly enough, although we'll get to that in a little bit. But she's just too goddamn talented. She's so good. She probably could have had the title by now already, but I think this is the time. I think it should happen. With that said, I would like AEW and WWE for that matter to do better with their women's division. There are entirely too many talented women on both rosters to not be used appropriately. Now notice, I'm not going to include NXT on this because NXT does great things with their women's division. But Raw, SmackDown, and all of AEW really seem to fall flat in that area, and I would like to see that change next year. Okay, this one might be a bit niche, but I would love to see Simon Miller appear either on AEW or WWE. It doesn't have to be a big year-long, 2-year, 3-year contract, although it'd be cool if it was, but just a spot, maybe a match on AEW, maybe a Royal Rumble surprise. That would be cool. For those of you that don't know, Simon Miller is a huge internet presence when it comes to internet wrestling, and he is a wrestler himself. For everybody else, you know damn well who Simon Miller is, and most of us would agree nobody's more deserving. Not only is he a talented wrestler, he's charismatic as hell. For all intents and purposes, he really does seem to be the nicest person on the planet, and it would be real cool to see him get something like this. Now, I originally had Joe Hendry for the final 6 in the Royal Rumble, but I understand that for certain story reasons, that might not be the best idea. But I would like to see him in the Rumble, and I would like to see him get something cool. Maybe the final 10 in the Royal Rumble. Maybe the Iron Man. Maybe he gets a really significant elimination. I don't know. Something like that would be cool. The Joe Hendry hype is real, and I think they should have wrote it longer last year. But I think if you bring him back, it will pick right back up, especially in the WWE. And I think it'd be real cool if he got something awesome to do in the Rumble. Back to AEW, I would like Athena to not only be on AEW proper, I think she should join the Hurt Syndicate. Look, she is fantastic. She's an incredible performer, incredibly charismatic. She might be the best thing on Ring of Honor right now, and I think she deserves to be on weekly AEW TV. I also think the Hurt Syndicate could do with a woman in the faction. I just think that would be cool. And who better than a total badass that is Athena? I think she'd be a good fit, and I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to see Punk and Cena main event a major PLE. So apparently 2025 is supposed to be Cena's big going away party, and I don't think there's any way he doesn't cross paths with Punk, but I want to see them have an absolute banger in a main event on a major show. There's one thing we can say about these two is they know how to put on a good match together. They've done it more than once, and they have each individually said that they really love performing with the other one. So I think that would be a lot of fun. It doesn't necessarily have to be for a title, although I think that would be great too. But I totally think these two should main event a big pay-per-view next year. This one, I don't know if it can happen because there doesn't seem to be any real clarification on the state of his injury, if he's cleared or not cleared or will ever be cleared. But if he's okay, I want Big E to straighten out the New Day. Not right away. I think this heel New Day needs to run for a while because, I mean, they're the worst, but it's really good. So run with that for a while. But at some point, I would like Big E to come in and absolutely straighten these knuckleheads out. And there's a lot of different ways you could do it. You could have him go in there and just squash the other two to teach him a lesson. It could be a situation where maybe they have him beat in a match, but at the last minute they can't pull the trigger because they still care. Whatever. I don't care how you get to it, but I would love to see Big E take on the New Day. This one I would like to send out directly to either Paul Levesque or Nick Khan. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but this is a personal plea from me to you. Please, for the love of all things holy, can we put a fucking end to Finn versus Priest? It's tired. It was tired a long time ago. It could have been over for good a long time ago, and you just keep coming up with reasons for it to keep going. And it's not that the two don't have decent chemistry. It's not that the two can't have a good match. It just, end it. Just end it, please. This is another one that I don't know if it can actually happen, if there's some contract issue, or if the performers are interested at all. But man, would I love to see the Iconics back in WWE. And I believe in 2022, they said they didn't really have an interest in returning. But different management, different ownership, who knows what's possible. Personally, I miss them. They were fantastic. They're good performers. They're good in the ring. They're funny as hell. And they look good with belts. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Iconics back in the Fed. I'd like to see Roman Reigns return as the Tribal Chief. Now, I understand there's a match coming up on Netflix, and I have no doubt he will win the Ulafala back and be the Tribal Chief. But I want 2 years ago Roman back. I want that Tribal Chief. I want don't give a fuck Tribal Chief. I want him to be manipulative and controlling to all of those around him. I want ultimate heel Roman Reigns back. Right now, some would say a tweener. I think he's actually on the babyface side, and it's fine, but my God, is he a good do not care heel. And that's what I want. The minute he gets the Ulafala back, I want him to go right back to old Roman Reigns. I saved this one for last because if I would have put it first or too early, I think people might have checked out. Not sure how popular this is going to be, but I think when Charlotte returns, she should, maybe not immediately, but fairly quickly, win a women's mid-card title. One, I don't think it'll hurt her. I think at some point, a former world champion is going to end up with the title, and I think that's fine. I don't think it hurts them, and I think it adds prestige to the title. And who could bring more prestige than Charlotte Flair? And two, I think that Charlotte should win everything. Always. Give her the hardcore title. Give her the 24/7 title. Give her the AEW title. I have a couple belts upstairs she can have. I think she should have them all. I very much bow down to the queen, and I would like to see her with one of those titles before she inevitably wins the women's title again. So those are just a few of my thoughts. Those are a couple fun things I'd like to see in 2025. I don't know if they'll happen. Maybe storyline will go in a way that these can't happen. I don't know. Contracts will change. Who knows? But they'd be fun. And if I had my druthers, all of these things would happen. What about you? Do you have any things you'd like to see in professional wrestling next year? If so, let me know about them. And until next time, talk to you later.